Participant has joined the meeting.
Good morning, Holder.
Hey, Judge, how you?
Doing all right. I can see you. Look, can you see me all right?
I see you just fine, sir, in the courtroom. Yes,
All
sir.
right. Let me fix you so Donna can see you, and give me just a second. Great. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to mute you back. We'll get started in about 6 minutes. We'll call Mr. Hicks' case first, and then Judge Ballard can have the system.
Okay, yes, sir. He's standing by. I just got to get him in here. So he'll be sitting here in 6 minutes.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Judge. Yes, ma'am.
All right. He's
okay.
He's going to need to mute it on. Hey, Holder, you got to mute it on your end.
Sorry about that, sir. I got you. Yes, sir.
That's all right. I've lost control of the mute, which is irritating me to no end.
Okay, yes, sir. I'll take care of it.
Thanks. Mr. Cannon, this is Judge Thacker. Can you hear me? Mr. Cannon? Got him unmuted. Eddie Cannon, good morning. Can you hear me? I can hear you, Mr. Cannon. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Cannon. I'm going to mute you from this end, and then we're going to have one quick jail hearing, and then we're going to hear your case. Okay?
Okay, I'm just supposed to be a witness today.
Yeah, it's the case you're on. So, all right. So
Okay.
Sit tight. Don't go far. You're a subpoenaed witness, so I've agreed to let you appear virtually. And again, we're going to hear the case you're a witness on second.
All right, thank you.
And do you have the ability, Mr. Cannon, to turn your video on?
Yes.
Can you test that for me real quick? There we go. I can see you. Okay, so I can hear you great. I can see you great. So you can turn your video off at this point, Mr. Cannon. You don't have to have it on unless we're addressing you directly. I'm going to mute you from this end. And again, we're going to hear you second and or hear that case second. And then I'll call. You'll know when I'm calling you because I'll say your name out loud and say, let's hear from you, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cannon. Good morning, Mr. Walker. All right, let's see. All right, Mr. Walker, are you there? Let's see. Mr. Walker, I've unmuted you now. Are you there? No, not yet. All right, I'm just going to mute Mr. Walker then. Okay. I've got the jail, Mr. Walker, Mr. Cannon. I'm going to go grab my stuff, and we'll get started.
Did you bring me cake? Did you bring me cake? Yes, sir. Somebody graduated?
I don't know, we're having a party apparently.
We used to have them all the time. No, it's once a year. Fell through the door.
Oh. Sam. I'm gonna work for, the White Branch.
I have a feeling we got to. Was it a police?
A policeman.
They're like you a policeman, sheriff, or?
It was a policeman. Or, I mean, it might have been a sheriff, because he was right there, right on 1920. Right in front of where you called him.
Oh, Tommy.
Yeah. But it was a lot of them. It was just,
All right,
because I flew the car.
all right, do this. You know,
Like, it came from it.
you go there.
Yeah. Downstairs, but disappeared. She said,
All right, we'll
but
go
I
there.
haven't been.
Okay, well, as soon as we get you a mask, we'll let you in. Do what's going on, okay? We'll go for it. Good morning.
This happened last time.
Yeah, fine.
I got to take it out here, and I sat here for 8 hours just to go to the center, 30 minutes down the street, because I was on county.
I didn't get locked up, I just had a freedom ticket, I just wanna ask them all to, like, know what to do.
I mean, the only thing I did have, I have to move around a lot. Thank you.
Have y'all noticed that somebody taught Trump how to salute? He used to do this kind of thing. Now, when he salutes somebody, he's going to do it. One of the police officers must have stopped.
Now we gotta watch the rerun, Jack.
Something like that. I used to laugh at the way he do that.
Who?
The way Trump.
Oh, Trump, yeah.
But now I really like the way he does it. I sure hope he gets back in there, but I don't think the chances are real good. I'm not looking forward to the socialists running our country. Biden ain't gonna last long, she's gonna be in there. They got weird ideas.
No.
Oh, good, as long as I'm locking on my door, looks like my gun, it'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
everybody. Please be seated. Yes, I have. I'm glad you said this. All right, does anybody else need a copy of the calendar? You guys usually have one. Cindy emailed it to me, and I said I would print it. Okay, so you can bring one in. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna do things a little bit out of order this morning, because Judge Ballard on the third floor needs the virtual system with the jail. We only have one case. Judge Ballard was kind enough to let us go first while he calls his calendar. So we should have Jesse Hicks. Sir, are you Jesse Hicks?
Yes, sir.
All right, good morning, Mr. Hicks. My name is Josh Thacker. I'm your state court judge. Mr. Busey, y'all represent Mr. Hicks, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Hicks, can you see on the screen there in front of you, Mr. Busey sitting at the defense table there waving at you?
Someone waving?
Yes, sir. Can you see him waving at you?
Oh, okay. Yes, sir. I see him.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you, Mr. Hicks, is it okay with you if we have this hearing over this video conference system?
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you and Mr. Walker will each raise your right hands. Oh, I've lost Mr. Walker's video. Well, I'm just going to place you under oath, and once I get Mr. Walker back, I'll hear from him. Mr. Hicks, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can take your hand down. Mr. Busey, I don't know if it's on, it's just right there. It's on. Mr. Hicks, you have an attorney, which means that if you wish to speak with Mr. Busey at any time, you just tell me. He'll step back in the jury room and call that phone just to your left. You see that phone down there to your left, Mr. Hicks?
Yes, sir.
So if you need to speak with him at any point, you just tell me, and we'll stop and let you talk to him, because obviously you're not seated next to him. Do you understand how this works?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Hicks, are you ready to go forward?
Yes, sir.
Have you had enough time to speak with your attorney, your attorneys, Mr. Malloy and Mr. Busey? Have you had enough time with them?
Yes, sir.
Are you satisfied with the job they've done?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to pivot to your attorney then, and Mr. Busey, ask you, or Mr. Hicks, is this going to be an admission or a denial?
It'll be an admission, Your Honor.
All right. And what is the request? Oh, wow. What's the request you have of me on sentencing?
Well, we did want to put on the record that Mr. Hicks isn't making excuses for missing probation or anything, but his mother did have COVID at the time, so it was a bit of a hard time for them. A bit of craziness going on there. He is going to be in there for a little while. He can't currently afford the bond on his new charges, and it was sort of a wrong place, wrong time for him, according to him. We obviously don't need to make any excuses for that, but we would ask, since he's going to be in there for a while, that he just be given 30 days to serve and revoke the balance.
Okay. He has significantly longer than 30 days. Let's think this through.
We'd even be fine with 60 days to serve, Your Honor.
Okay. I think that means we got Mr. Walker back. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to close it, but he's just got too much time left. But just so you know exactly what's going through my head, Mr. Busey is, but he just has way too much time left. So, Does he have a bond on his new felony charges?
He does, Your Honor, yes. It's a total of about $8,000, if I remember correctly.
Okay. And does he have any other holds other than the new bond that he needs to post in this charge?
Not that I'm aware of. He currently can't afford the bonds on those new charges, so.
So I think you go see a Superior Court judge on that. Okay. I am, here's what I'm gonna do. He's got way too much time. I can't cut it loose, and that was my original thought, was to have to maybe bump the time up, and close the balance, but there's just way too much time left. Ms. Matthews, on this case here, he's got so much time left. My intention is to probation. How's he been doing, other than the new charges?
Judge, he's never reported. We actually did a consent order back in September and with the public defender's office, and he never reported once doing the consent order. So we haven't had any, he's never made a payment, charges.
Okay. All right. I have a solution then. Thank you, Ms. Matthews. All right.
Judge, I wasn't prepared to present, so I do apologize. This is the second time that he's received new charges while being on your probation case.
Yeah, and he's got so much time left. So, all right. Well, I'm about to give him, frankly, 0 tolerance for the remainder of his probation. So he's either gonna get it fixed, or frankly, I'm just gonna take care of the balance. So, all right, Mr. Hicks, here's what we're gonna do. I'm actually gonna order you to serve 120 days in the Spalding County Jail. I'm gonna give you credit for the time that you've served. When you return to probation, Mr. Hicks, you're gonna be on 0 tolerance for the remainder of your case and all the time that that entails. You are to report and test weekly, Mr. Hicks, until you're fully back into compliance. So the report and test weekly until you get back into compliance. The 0 tolerance, which means if you step out of line in any inch, considering this is now our 3rd hearing, I'm just going to very likely revoke the balance of the case, which is it's over 1,500 days left. So I've got plenty of time. I certainly hope you successfully complete it. I really do. At this point, with the fact that you've not been in compliance at all in the new charges, I'm going to say that question remains to be seen. You are to report to probation within 48 hours of your release.
Yes, sir.
And to head off the question everybody asks me, what type of good time credit you're going to get, I don't know. That's between you and the sheriff. And more importantly, I don't care. All right. Nothing personal, Mr. Hicks. That's just outside of my set of responsibilities. Mr. Hicks, do you have any questions as to how I've modified your sentence?
No, sir.
All right. Later on today, the court services folks will pull you out of your cell and present this to you to sign it. Once you sign it, they'll get you a copy, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions for me, Mr. Hicks?
No, sir.
All right. Mr. Hicks, the next judge you'll see will either be a magistrate judge to talk about your bond on your felonies, or a Superior Court judge, but it won't be me, I hope, because once you get out of here, you'll be back in full compliance, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Matthews, did I address everything you needed me to address on this case?
Yes, Judge.
All right, if you hiccup sideways, take a warrant. I'll close out the case. Okay, Mr. Hicks, you're good to go. Holder, that cuts us loose. If maybe somebody will let Judge Ballard know. Mr. Jim, actually, if you or Morris don't mind stepping up to the 3rd floor and telling Judge Ballard that you're finished, or you guys can ready to go, however you want to do it.
I'm gonna send him a message in just a second.
All right, thanks, Holder. I'm gonna
All right.
cut you loose from this end.
All right, Judge. Thank you.
All right, and thank you again,
Participant
Judge
has
Ballard, for
left the
working with
meeting.
us. Mr. Busey, is that your last case?
Charlie Parks is also ours, but we did sign a consent order with the solicitor's office on yesterday. So
Ms. Matthews, have I signed Charlie Parks's consent order? Or Mr. Walker? No, you're back.
It's coming to you today, Judge.
I'm sorry?
It's coming to you today. Everybody else has already signed it.
Okay, I just didn't remember signing it, so that was all the reason I was. Okay, well then you're good to go. So,
thank you very much.
I see no reason why I would not grant that. So, Mr. Busey, thank you very much. And do you want to copy this before you leave?
I think we should be fine. I made a note of it in the record.
And you can always download a copy from the clerk once it stays there. Okay, Mr. Busey, thank you very much. All right, let's call the calendar and see who's here, and then I'm going to hear the Ward case. All right, here we go. Is Chastity Colquitt present? Chastity Colquitt, answer to your name. All right, Chastity Colquitt, 20 SR 1068, being called in open court, no answer being given. I'm authorizing a warrant for Ms. Colquitt's arrest. Jimmy Goen. Mr. Walker, I don't see Goen in my stack. Is that still on?
He's not a probation case, Judge.
Oh, Mr. Goen, are you here? You know what, the clerk's office called me and said that there was somebody who had a DUI, which he does, who needed a interlock waiver, but that he was unable to make it this morning. So I am just going to mark that as our ignition interlock device case, and I'm just going to mark it as off. Clerk will reschedule it. Amari Gray. All right, thank you. Just sit tight. I'll come back to you. Curtis Hall. Curtis Patrick Hall, 20 TK 0139. All right, Mr. Hall not answering. After his name is called, I'm authorizing a probation warrant for failure to appear for his probation hearing. That is done.
Judge,
Yes.
Curtis Hall is off. He paid yesterday.
Oh, okay. Well, nothing like last minute. All right, that's done. All right, Hicks, we just handled that one and closed it. Dracavian Holland. Dracavian Holland, answer to your name. Okay, Mr. Holland's case, 20 SR 330, being called in open court, failure to appear. I'm authorizing a probation warrant. All right. Vantrice Jones. Vantrice Jones.
She's off, Judge.
Fantastic. Okay. Off. One of these days, I'm going to call the calendar and you're going to tell me all the cases are off, and that's going to be a great day. Renisha Parker. Renisha Parker, answer to your name. All right, Renisha Parker, 19 SR 1572. Having been called in open court for a probation hearing, no response given. I should say out loud that I have checked the virtual lobby and no one else that has not already been addressed is present. I'm authorizing a warrant for Renisha Parker's arrest. All right, page 2. Charlie Parks is a jail case. It's going to be a probation consent order. It will be presented to me later today, and I anticipate signing it. Oh, 2 cases. Ryan Sokol. Ryan Sokol, Sokol, 17SR1124. Last chance, answer your name. All right, Ryan Sokol, 17SR1124, being called in open court for a probation hearing. No response to his name being called. I'm therefore authorizing a probation warrant for his arrest. Richard Ward.
Here, Judge.
All right, you're my next hearing, Mr. Ward. Yosimona Whitsett.
Here.
Thank you. Michelle Willard.
She's off, Judge.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. Off. All right, I'm gonna put Hicks right there. All right, so let's jump into what we got. Mr. Walker, are you ready on Mr. Ward's case?
Yes, Judge.
Will you be presenting on that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Mr. Ward, come on up to the podium, please. Actually, Mr. Ward, come on up. Let's actually move him up to the seat because this is going to be a little more involved hearing. Mr. Ward, come on through and grab that seat right there. Okay. Let me change the camera so everybody can see you. Okay, there we go. All right. The court calls State of Georgia versus Richard Ward, 20 SR 909. Are you Mr. Ward?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Ward, Mr. Walker, y'all both please raise your right hands. You both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but truth, so help you God.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just for record purposes, the state emailed me their exhibits in one large packet. I have compiled those this morning into one State's Exhibit 1, which will be used during the course of this hearing. So, Mr. Walker, I have all those documents together in one packet in my hand here. Mr. Ward, are you ready to start your probation hearing?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Ward, your case is 20 SR 909. The petition states here that you failed to submit community service work hours to me that could be verified. Do you admit or deny those allegations?
I admit to them.
Let me rephrase my question to be much more specific.
Yes, sir.
Did you give me false hours?
Yes, sir.
You better have a really
I do.
good explanation.
I do. Yes, sir. I do.
All right, go.
All right. So I was working at this job, and this guy showed me community service hours. And what it was is that I was in between different jobs, and I couldn't do stuff on top of what the probation officer was asking, because also I was going to school trying to catch up on schoolwork. I seen what he had, and he showed me, and he was like, you can do this, and I had no idea. So he was like, hey, would you mind if you want to use some of these and see?
Is he Eddie Cannon, the witness they've subpoenaed?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just trying to make
Yes,
who
sir.
he was missing.
Understood.
Okay.
He was like, you can use these as reference work. I was like, okay, that sounds great. And so while I was doing all that, I started looking at them, going through it, and then trying to set up the email and everything, trying to just to see what's really going to work and what's not. And when I realized I'd sent in all this stuff. And then the probation officer, she was like, how long have you been doing this? And I was like, well, I just started doing this. I've been trying to do this. And I screwed up. And when she started saying, all this crazy stuff, talking about you're going to get a felony and stuff like that, I just froze. What else am I supposed to do? Your Honor, because I'm trying to better myself. I just got a new job with a Georgia Power subcontractor. I'm working at my hardest. I've been going through school, and I've just been scared. I've never dealt with this. You can look at my criminal record, and that I'm not this type of guy. I'm really not. And it was an honest mistake.
All right, Mr. Walker, you're under oath. Tell me what's going on.
From what Ms. Howell presented to me, Mr. Cannon was first to turn in the community service hours. I guess these dates are listed as of September 8th, September 9th, September the 10th, the 11th, 16th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Those are all the court sessions that coincide with each other. Mr. Ward then presented to turn in the community service on the 4th of October, the same exact community service hours. And she gave him the opportunity to be truthful and come out about it. And I don't think he did to Ms. Howell. And then she got in touch with Mr. Cannon. And Mr. Cannon advised her that he logged into an email or something about with the community service to show Mr. Ward what was going on or how to do the community service. Mr. Ward then never signed out of Mr. Cannon's and presented the exact same community service.
All right, do you have any questions you want to ask Mr. Walker?
No, sir.
Okay.
None that I'm concerned for.
Mr. Ward, I need you to turn on your video and I'm sorry, Mr. Ward. Mr. Cannon, I need you to turn on your video. All right, Eddie Cannon, I can see you. Can you see me here?
Yes.
Mr. Cannon, can you see me here waving at you?
Yes, can you not hear me?
I can now. I'm gonna turn you up. You're pretty quiet, which means, Mr. Walker, when you talk, you're gonna blow out our speakers. So just be careful, Mr. Walker. Mr. Cannon, let me put a few more things on the record. Mr. Cannon is virtual. He is up on the screen. Mr. Ward, can you see Mr. Cannon up on the screen there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Cannon, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Take your hand down. State your full name for the court reporter.
Sir,
State your full name.
Eddie Cannon.
And Mr. Cannon, you were on probation with me, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, one of y'all show this to Mr. Ward. The state has provided me, Mr. Cannon, with State's Exhibit 1. Let me show it to Mr. Ward real quick. Mr. Ward, take a look through that packet. And there, the state is asking me to make that part of the record for me to make the guilt or innocence decision on the case. And once you finish looking at it, I'm going to ask you if you have any objection to me using that packet, which is State's Exhibit 1, in my decision-making process. Do you understand the question I'm going to ask you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Mr. Cannon, tell me about your community service work hours.
I had logged on each day and was making notes. I got a book of notes, still to this day for them cases, and just essays as I was supposed to, and turned them into Ms. Howell, and I had a copy of them in my email. Want to continue or wait to the next question? Or
Yes, but go a little bit slower. I had a little trouble getting that, which makes me think my court reporter had a little trouble getting that. So try that again, a little more slowly, please, Mr. Cannon, so that we can all get what you're saying. And if you can, you're moving around a lot, so if there's any chance you can find somewhere to sit still, that would also make it easier. Because we need to be able to see your face while you're testifying. So go find a place to sit down with good lighting and then start over. That's much better. All right, slowly tell me the same thing again, clearly and slowly.
On the court dates in question, I was watching your lives and I made notes. I made notes and made the essays, in which case I compiled them all and turned them into Miss Howell.
And did you do those by computer or by hand?
I did first drafts by hand, and then I also typed them up on Microsoft Word, and then also emailed them into her. Which I had turned draft into my handwriting, but.
And these are Facebook. You watched me on Facebook?
Live, yes, sir, on your court dates.
Did anyone type those up, or did you type those up?
I typed those up.
Tell me about how they ended up with Mr. Ward.
Mr. Ward Miss Howell didn't let him know, and she also did not let me know that we could also watch your lives and get our community service done that way. Me and Richard were both fighting to get inside of Salvation Army. That way we could get our community service done, but it's dropped down to 5 people admitted per day, and you can't hardly get in there. So we were fighting. And it actually took Miss Matthews to let me know that I could watch your lives. And that's how come you got them all in the same month, pretty much without missing a court date that you had, because I was trying to get my community service done. And so she finally let me know, didn't let Richard know. So I took it upon myself when he was acting like he was going to get violated over community service hours to let them know. I told him, I said, you can watch the lives. You need to go get a paper from her, and I'll show you, I'll show you mine. That way you can learn how to do it, because she didn't give us any instruction at all. So I showed him mine. I guess he took it upon himself to turn them in.
So what's your relationship with Mr. Ward?
He was just an employee at the time I was. We worked at the same place.
And did you email him all of your summaries?
I can't remember I think I did email it to him. I can't remember if I got it on my phone or his. I'm pretty sure I did email it to his phone. We looked at it on his phone together.
All right, Mr. Walker, do you have any questions for Mr. Cannon?
Did he email every single one of them, Mr. Cannon?
I just took what I had sent to Miss Howell and pretty much forwarded it to him so he could see how to do the work, and then, watch the lives and do it himself. What I had sent to Miss Howell, I'm pretty sure everything got sent to him too, because it was just the same email forward.
All right, hold on, time out. Mr. Ward, have you had enough time with State's Exhibit 1?
Yes, sir, I've overlooked it.
Do you have any objection to me using that and making my decision on your case?
No, sir, no objection.
All right, State's Exhibit 1 is tendered and admitted without objection. If you'll pass it back up here, please.
Judge, I do want to let you know that these are not court order community service. They are fine conversion.
Yes. All right, so just for record purposes, I'm looking at 2 emails from Eddie Cannon, which are pages 2 and 3 of State's Exhibit 1. 3 emails from Eddie Cannon, which are page 2, 3, and 4 of State's Exhibit 1, each of which has a list of attached documents that are WordPerfect documents that are dated what appear to be my court dates. And so I've got one from September 16th, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dates, all leading up to September 16th. I've got another one dated September 24th, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dates. And then another one dated October 2nd, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attachments. Mr. Cannon, are these the emails that you said you sent to Ms. Howell?
Yes.
Your blazingdragon420@gmail.com?
Yes, that's me.
Okay. All right, Mr. Walker, you may continue your questions.
Mr. Cannon, did you email all of the community service to Mr. Ward with the intentions of him turning them in as his?
No, I didn't know he was going to turn them in as his. I just thought he was going to use them as reference on how to do the actual essays and turn his own essays into Miss Howell.
Why did he get so many examples? Why would not one be enough?
It's harder to go in and take one out and send it after you've already sent it like that. I just clicked the emails and just hit forward. That's all. Like, it was easier to do it that way. It was just more convenient.
All right,
It's all
Judge.
pretty much right there together. So
I didn't catch that, Mr. Cannon. Go ahead. What did you say,
it was
Mr.
all
Cannon?
pretty much right there together. So when I just clicked on them, it was easier to send them that way. So,
Okay. And then page 1 I'm looking at is an email from Richard Ward that we'll get to in a minute. So, Mr. Ward, I've asked questions of Mr. Cannon. The probation has asked questions of Mr. Cannon, and now it's your opportunity, if you wish to ask any questions of Mr. Cannon about what he's testified to, or frankly, to bring out any information you think is proper and appropriate about your case. Do you have any questions for Mr. Cannon?
No, sir, I do not.
All right. Mr. Cannon, Mr. Ward does not have any questions for you. I'm not releasing you at this point. I still got some questions kind of pinging around in my head that I may or may not need an answer to. So, Mr. Cannon, I'm gonna mute you, but I'm not releasing you until this matter is closed, okay?
okay.
All right, keep your video on. Don't go anywhere. Sit tight. This won't take too much longer.
All right.
All right, Mr. Walker, is there anything else you want to testify to me about?
Not at the moment, Judge.
Do you have any other witnesses to call?
We have Miss Rich subpoena. If you would like to ask Miss Rich anything.
I would.
Okay, I'll get her up here.
Is she going to swap seats with you, Mr. Walker?
She can.
Okay, that'd be great. Good morning, Ms. Rich.
Morning.
All right, if you'll please raise your right hand.
Sorry, Judge, I couldn't hear you.
That's all right. If you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and you can leave yourself unmuted while you're testifying. You don't have to use the space bar, and you can take your hand down and state your full name slowly and loudly for the court reporter. Oh, you're muted. Hold on. All right, if you'll just unmute yourself altogether, you can stay unmuted while you're testifying. All right, state your full name, please.
Kylie Marie Rich.
And what is your occupation?
I am the admin at JAG Probation.
All right, and Mr. Walker has called you as a witness, and so I want you to tell me what information you have on this matter, which is the state versus Richard Ward on this community service work hours question.
Okay. Mr. Cannon came into the office and stated that he had forwarded all of his community service to Mr. Ward on the 7th of October.
Okay. All right, what else do you want me to know? Or what other information do you have for me to consider?
Mr. Cannon stated that he didn't realize that Mr. Ward was going to forward all of the emails to Ms. Howell, and he was unaware of that until Ms. Howell asked him about it.
Okay.
And that's all, Judge.
All right. Mr. Walker, is there anything else you wish for Ms. Rich to testify to?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Ward, do you have any questions for Ms. Rich?
No, sir. Just making sure that, with everything else, I have physical hours and I've been making all my payments to community service. I actually have physical hours, but like as I said, with school, my new job transfers, things have been difficult, sir.
Sure. Ms. Rich, did you have any contact directly with Mr. Ward about these hours?
No, sir.
Okay. All right, Ms. Rich, you're released. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Walker, anything else?
No, sir.
All right, you rest?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Ward, the state is rested, which means that they have provided me with everything they expect to provide to me. You have the opportunity at this moment, Mr. Ward, but certainly not an obligation to present evidence in your defense. Do you wish to testify yourself or to call any other evidence or witnesses, or to call any other witnesses in your case?
I have no witness, no
Right.
evidence.
Do you wish to testify yourself or remain silent?
Could you elaborate on that, sir?
So the framework I'm deciding
Yes, sir.
is what's called by preponderance of the evidence. So it's not reasonable doubt, so it's not the criminal jury trial standard. It's the basically 50.1% balance of scales as the best example I can give you.
Yes, sir.
And so I'm trying to decide whether or not the state has proven that you intentionally provided false information. Or as it's worded on the petition, that you failed to submit community service hours that could be verified. You have a total remaining period on your probation of 273 days. And at this point, if you rest, I'm going to make a decision. And I can do one of several things. I can find that the state did not carry their burden by preponderance of the evidence, and I'll simply return you to probation. I can find that they carried their burden, and then I can revoke anywhere from 0 days to jail and simply make your probation more intense to I can revoke all 273 days to the Spalding County Jail. That's the framework of the decisions that I'm making.
Yes, sir.
So if you wish to testify, you can. You certainly are not going to be forced to testify. That's completely your call. But if you do testify, Mr. Walker will get to ask you questions, and frankly, I fully anticipate asking you some follow-up questions myself if you choose to testify. But I need to be very clear that there's no pressure for you to testify.
Yes, sir.
And if you choose to remain silent, I will not hold that against you.
Yes,
I
sir.
just want to make sure you understand that if you choose to, you will be cross-examined.
Yes, sir. I choose to rest.
Okay. So Mr. Ward has elected to rest without providing testimony, and I certainly will not hold that against him. Okay. As there was no evidence from the defense, there is no rebuttal, and the evidence is closed. Just for context on my decision here, so what this case is about is when we restarted after the coronavirus hit in June, I allowed all community service work to be fulfilled by watching my court feed on Facebook. I mandated to probation that regardless of the morning or afternoon sessions time, each person got 3 hours of service, and they had to write a detailed summary of what I did. I then left each video from the morning and then each video from the afternoon session up for 24 hours so that people would have 24 hours to watch it, summarize it, and then turn that in. Mr. Cannon, who has testified this morning, was on probation Mr. Walker, I don't remember Mr. Cannon's case number. Do you happen to have that, or can you get that for me, in a minute? Just jump in when you have it.
It's 19 SR 1310.
19 SR 1310. Okay, so Mr. Cannon was on probation with me on 19 SR 1310. And Mr. Cannon, actually on a weird note, ended up popping into my courtroom on a random day. And I redirected him back to probation to get this matter resolved so that he could get his case closed. He submitted dates by email to Ms. Howell, his probation officer. And received $10 per hour credit, converting his fine into community service work. And I'm looking at the 3 emails from Mr. Cannon, who identified that he is blazingdragon420@gmail.com, and that he did type these himself, and that he did forward them to Ms. Howell. Mr. Cannon also testified that he was communicating with the defendant in this case, Mr. Richard Ward, about the Facebook process, how it works. And just through sheer convenience, instead of sending him one, he just grabbed one of the emails he sent to Ms. Howell, the probation officer, Sarah Howell, and forwarded it to Mr. Ward as we would call it in the court system, a go-by, a template, an example, a sample, for Mr. Ward to see how the process works. Mr. Ward has admitted that he then forwarded that set of emails and they're even named the same as I track them from Mr. Cannon's emails. I have September 23rd, 9 a.m. court.docx on Richard Ward, and then I'm looking at September 23rd, 9 a.m. court.docx. So literally, Mr. Ward just apparently took these and forwarded them. Probation has testified that they were the same. And I've only been provided with one set of summaries for all of them that are included, which tells me that they are identical. Mr. Ward, you should know that it takes probation a long time to read through these. They read through these. And in all honesty, I give away hours in COVID because let's say I have a 1 hour court session, like it's only 9:47 this morning. I fully expect to finish this court session before 11 a.m.
Yes, sir.
However, whoever turns this in will get 3 hours worth of credit. However, we expect them to watch it themselves and to type it. And so what you've done, Mr. Ward, in forwarding this, regardless of your motives, is you have attempted to receive $390. That's just my really rough math of money, credit, that you have not received. And I need to be very clear that the law is extraordinarily clear that, and again, I'm looking at the email. It says to showell@jackprobation.com from Richard Ward, October 4th, Sunday. And they're all listed here, and of course, they're all listed here. So, Mr. Ward, the problem is that any false statement to a governmental agency is a felony.
Yes, sir.
And you made a false statement to me. you made a statement through my probation officer to me that you completed 39 hours of community service work that you did not. And frankly, we're extending a lot of trust to people right now that they are going to do what they say they're going to do.
Yes, sir.
And in all reality, I don't know anybody, a Facebook feed, anything. It was our efforts to be, frankly, flexible, dare I say, compassionate to people as they were trapped in their homes during the COVID-19 virus. Those who were unemployed or were home with their kids and couldn't get out and do it, we wanted to give them an option to do it. And I say this, it feels like we do one of these hearings every week. But Mr. Ward, Judge Essery, who, would have this job for a long time and who is my mentor and who I've spoke with extensively, got so sick of these hearings every Thursday that he finally just said, forget it. And he had everybody picking up trash on the side of the road under the supervision of one officer on the weekend. And that was the only way you did it. You went out in the hot Georgia sun, you went down the side of the road and you picked up trash. And he didn't have to worry about making his probation officers read this many summaries, which this is one defendant. So they're reading this many on every defendant who turns this in. And there has to be a level of trust that people are going to do what they say they're going to do. So, Mr. Ward, I find that there is sufficient evidence for me to find by preponderance of the evidence that you have willfully and intentionally committed a felony, provided me with false information, and frankly duped Spalding County or attempted to dupe Spalding County out of $390, or as I like to think of it, 39 hours of community service work. You tried to steal 39 hours of community service work that you did not earn.
Yes, sir. I had volunteered for community service because I couldn't make the payments at the time, but now I'm fully willing to make all in full payments.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's what I was working on. I wasn't trying to do Spalding County. It was like with school and everything else. Either I had a choice. Either I was going to get fired from my job to do something that I wouldn't even be able to make community service, or continue with my education, which I've been barely hanging on to with going in between these jobs and finally getting to a decent job through my education. So it was either lose everything or risk it all. That was it, simply, sir.
Okay. Well, you risked it all and failed.
Yes, sir.
So I find that you have committed a felony while on probation. I find that you have tried to cheat the system. I do not take responsibility for your choices.
Yes, sir.
The fact of the matter is that you could have, I leave them up for 24 hours, so you could have watched them at any point in a 24-hour window. I have court twice a day, every day, so there was plenty of space for you to do it. And I'm going to find that, as you said, you risked it all, and you did. I have no sympathy for this. I have no patience for this. And this is really straightforward to me. You have 273 days left, and I'm revoking the balance. You may go with the jail.
I got to sit in jail, sir?
Yes, sir. You committed a felony. Mr. Cannon, you are released. We've got 9:53. We're going to take a 10-minute break. When I come back, we'll finish up the calendar and get the rest of y'all back to your lives. I don't anticipate it taking long, okay? All right, everybody stretch your legs. We'll be back on the bench. Let's do 9:55, so 10:05, we'll be back on the bench. All right? Probably it's nice, will you make a copy of this for court services so that when they take Mr. Ward out to jail, they've got a piece of paper to go with it?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. All right, let's jump back into the calendar. Amari Gray. Come on up, ma'am. If you'll please step up to the podium. Good morning, Ms. Gray.
Good morning.
Your case is 20 SR 0973. If you and Mr. Walker will both please raise your right hands. You both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right, you're both sworn. Ms. Gray, you are on our pretrial diversion program, and your probation officer, who is Ms. Howell, has filed paperwork with me alleging that you are out of compliance with your supervision. Do you understand what you're doing here today?
Yes.
You ready to go forward with your hearing?
Yes.
Ms. Gray, it says here on the petition that you missed some report dates. Is that correct?
Yes.
And that you did not use community service work to get caught up once you got behind on your fines and fees. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to find, with your admission, that there's enough for you to find that you willfully violated your supervision. You've never had a previous hearing with me, and these are minor technical violations. So what I'm going to call this is a restart for both of us. And I'm going to give you a chance to get your case back on track.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Gray, I'm going to leave you in the pretrial diversion program because I want to see you successfully get this finished.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Walker, did she return in her orientation packet?
No, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna have her, do you still have your orientation packet?
No, sir.
All right, so I'm gonna have you report on November 10th. That's next Tuesday. Yes. So I'm gonna have you report in person. Since she's reporting in person, since you all need the orientation packet, do you want me to give her a more specific report window, Mr. Walker?
10 to 10:30.
Perfect, thank you. All right. I'll get that. Okay, so Ms. Gray, you're staying in the program. I'm going to have you report weekly until your case is back in compliance. So as soon as you get back in compliance, you'll go back to whatever more relaxed reporting schedule is available to you.
Okay.
You're going to report in person on Tuesday, November 10th, 2020, between 10 and 10:30. So I'm going to say 10 and 10:29.
Yes, sir.
Okay, don't be late. That will be a violation of your supervision. Mr. Walker, do you need me to address anything else on this matter?
No, sir.
Okay, Ms. Gray, I'm going to, you know what, Ms. Gray, if you will, please sign here, and the bailiff will give you a copy before you leave. And Mr. Ward, if we can make an extra copy, maybe of yours for Mr. Ward. You know, I give the defendants a copy, and I just realized that I did not ask you all to make an extra copy for Mr. Ward. So, thank you. Okay, Ms. Gray, any questions for me?
No, sir.
All right, go get your case finished, okay? All right, you can stay by the door there. Thank you. All right, your case is closed. That brings me to, that's actually everything off page 1. Calendar correct.
You want to give her a copy, sir?
Yes, please, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, that brings me to Winsett. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly? All right, if you'll come up to the podium, please. We'll get you back on track and back to your lives as quick as we can. All right, this is 20 SR 111, Ms. Whitsitt.
Yes.
Please, if both of you will please raise your right hands for me. You both solemnly swear or affirm the testimony about you in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Whitsitt, if you'll please state your full name for the court reporter.
Yasamina Whitsitt.
And Ms. Whitsitt, you're here today because your probation officer has filed paperwork with me alleging that you're out of compliance on your pretrial diversion program. You ready to go forward with your hearing?
Yes.
So let's talk about your case. You have, it says here that you missed some report dates. Is that correct?
Yes, because I had a stroke 2 months ago. I sent my paperwork in to Mr. Walker, and I was out of work, and I just now started back working.
Okay. When I'm sorry about your stroke, by the way. Let me start there. Nobody wants medical struggles, and I just want you to know it. I do recognize that we're all human. Do you mind telling me the date of your stroke?
It was August. I can't remember. I think it's the 23rd of August, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have paperwork on me. But I think I got released, I think on the 30th of August, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't have the paperwork.
Okay.
But I did turn the paperwork in to Mr. Walker.
Mr. Walker, do you have the medical paperwork you need to document those specific missed dates in August?
Yes, sir, and I did.
Okay. And am I correct in understanding that the missed report dates also predate August?
Yes, sir. When I got the call about Mr. Whitsitt having the stroke, it was on July the 31st.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, and I'm thrilled that you've recovered, and I just want to say that out loud. Which also means that during that same period of time, you got behind on your fines and fees,
Yes.
and did not use community service work to get caught up. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
All right, let's just give you a restart then. And do you need her to report in person, or is phone okay, Mr. Walter?
Phone is fine.
Okay, so, Ms. Whitsitt, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you report by phone on November 11th, that's next Tuesday. November 10th, excuse me, that's next Tuesday. And I'm gonna have you call in between, and we're getting more specific now, so you can call between 9 a.m. and noon. They're closed from 12 to 1 for lunch, and you can call in from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
So you got 2 windows, either one, just call somewhere in that window, check in, they'll give you further directions, and we'll go from there. I'd like to see you successfully complete the program. I'd love to see you clean up the criminal history. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. I want to ask Mr. Walker, do he still have the payment plan that I'm supposed to be getting from him?
I would think you'll get that on Tuesday, correct, Mr. Walker?
What did she ask for, Judge?
Just what her payment schedule is, and I was saying I bet that you'll give that to her on Tuesday when she reports.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, so you'll get that. Sign this saying you understand how I've changed your probation, and the bailiffs will give you a copy before you leave, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and just to say it out loud, I still am in possession of State's Exhibit 1 on Mr. Ward. I am returning this exhibit, Mr. Walker, to you. I will deliver this packet to you when I give you the orders from today, and it'll be probation's responsibility to preserve this for at least the next 6 months, in case he chooses to either appeal the next 30 days or use his habeas rights. So
Yes, sir.
stick this in your file, make sure it's safe. And if it's ever needed, we can get a copy of it. All right, I see I have one more person. Are you looking to speak with me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, come on up to the podium and tell me your name so I can find you. I think I'm finished with my calendar, so. What's your name?
My name is Michael Calhoun, and
Slower and louder.
my first name is Michael, my last name is Calhoun.
Calhoun.
I went downstairs. I had Mr. Court date. They told me to come up here.
What are you charged with?
I think it was on suspended license.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, very slowly spell your last name for me.
C-A-L.
Make a mark on
Yeah.
that.
They get really loud when you get close. Just lean into it.
Okay. C-A-L-H-O-U-N.
Spell your first name.
L-A-M-O-D-I-C-A.
Lamondicica?
No.
No, I didn't think that's what you said.
L-A-M-O-D-I-C-A.
I got city court this morning, Your Honor.
You born in '83?
Yes, sir.
All right, I think I found you. Does your middle name start with an L?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you arrested in 2018 on this?
It's on Night Street.
I can look that up. Hold on.
It is the only one that I was out on bond for.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
this is it. I found it. All right, the case number is 20 SR 517. I've already issued and lifted one warrant with you.
Yes, but well, I had moved from Versailles, and my mail is messed up ever since. So we just now where I moved to over here on Ellis Way. They got a new complex, and the address is not on the they had the mail messed up. So I had called and I had got a verification from the judge or somebody I had called and talked to, but he was telling me I'm saying just get in touch with, but when I called, they had a little COVID-19 thing that was going on here, so I couldn't call. So they had to say like a week or two before they open back up.
All right, give me a minute.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Calhoun, your case is SR 0517. Although I've already issued one warrant for you, it's not 100% clear that you were noticed on the one you missed. And so I'm gonna treat this as I've only issued one bench warrant instead of two.
Okay.
So what I need you to understand is, and I just need to be extraordinarily clear with you that moving forward, Mr. Calhoun,
Yes, sir.
you're out of options. I mean, not out of options. You're out of chances.
Yes, I feel.
And so if you miss another court date, or even if you're 5 minutes late to another court date,
Yes, sir.
I cannot see a scenario where I lift another warrant.
Okay, I understand.
So
I just want the date to be right on it before I can get it to my right mailbox. Like, they just got the mail right.
well, we're not gonna do any more mail. 'Cause
Okay,
now that
okay.
you're here, you're gonna sign that paperwork.
Okay.
And you're not gonna receive anything else in the mail. You're gonna sign it before you leave today and leave here with a copy of it in your hand.
Oh, okay, then it'll be on that.
Exactly when you're coming back, and you're gonna give me your contact information, and I'm gonna just say very clearly and carefully that be very intentional and be on time, or I'm gonna issue a warrant that I very likely will not lift.
Okay.
All right, that was LAMONDICA, Calhoun, 20 SR 517, I lifted it for him. Okay, it's 10:23, I'm going to say, issue all the warrants, I don't know, forfeit any cash bonds. Is anybody else, Mr. Walker, do you need anything else for me to put on the record before we close the feed and do a calendar call?
No, sir.
John, you need anything else from me?
No, sir.
All right, then it's 10:23 and court is adjourned for the day. There is accountability court this afternoon, but that's Judge Essery, not mine. And then, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is, yeah, that's where my brain's at. All right, yes, tomorrow is ticket arraignment at 6 a.m. I mean, I'm sorry.
6 a.m. Got it? You really gonna get really far out.
It's been a long year. No, I don't want to get up that early either, especially since I've been up so late tracking the election. We're gonna start at 9 a.m. per our usual custom tomorrow morning. Everybody have a great day.